You and I, we make this beloved circle whole. So come join in. We've been waiting for you. Let's begin in love and openness to grow our faith, that we may know our part today more in building beloved community. We have so much to celebrate because tomorrow is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and Wednesday we are getting a new president, and that also means a new vice president. Yes! So let's gather in and circle round, and we can clap or snap along with the music and know that we are part of this long stream of Unitarian Universalists who are with us this morning, and we have a place in that stream.
We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these vibes. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive in this great turning. We shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning, we shall learn to lead in love. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these vibes. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive in this great turning. We shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning, we shall learn to lead in love.
And now Reverend Margalie will be lighting our chalice with us this morning.
Please join me in lighting our chalice. Life is a gift for which we are grateful. We gather in community to celebrate the glories, the mystery of this great gift.
For our caring awareness practice today, we're going to do hashtag home. Hashtag means finding our way to, and home represents a place for us that is kind of an all fine homey place. And so I'm going to ask you to find either in your imagination or your memory or right where you are, where is a place for you where you feel home and safe and supported and cherished. So in this place called home, it doesn't have to be your actual home where you are. It could be a place where you visited. It could be your grandparents' place. It could be a place in nature. but some place where you feel that sense of being really, really cared for. So there might be a pet in your place, there might be animals or beauty in your space, or it might be just so comforting to be there. Do you have a place? I hope you do, because we're going to begin, okay? Breathing in and breathing out. You can allow your body to really relax into this place where you are, in your mind, in your imagination, or right where you are. Just feel your body in the space. Breathing in and breathing out. As you visit this space, listen with your whole being to all the feels there, whether the feels are from people or from nature or from memories you have of it, whatever the senses you smell, touch, see, just take all that in, breathing it in and breathing out. This time just knowing that we can go to this place when we need to have a sense of ourself feeling okay, supported, safe, and at home. Breathing in and breathing out. Let us bring that sense of home with us wherever we go. For our moment of inquiry today, we're going to rely on our UU source of prophetic words and deeds from people who help us to really respond to evil in the world. And the person who I chose for us today is Paula Cole Jones. She's one of my friends and colleagues, and she had something so important to say. I wanted to share it with you.
Own your own location, and know that your location is not universal.
Own your own location. And the word location means place or position. So this is a really tricky one, and I'm going to ask you to think about it now and probably for the rest of your life. Own your own location. What do you think that means? She's talking about not only where you are on the map, but also all the things that involve your place in the web of life. All of us have different makeups and come from different places and are in the world differently. My ancestors came from a certain place, and that's part of my location. I locate myself, or my place in the world depends on also the family systems that I've come from, and where those people come from. That is part of my location too, because how else would I be here, right? So location involves that too. The reason why it's so important for us to know who we are and care for who we are and be aware of who we are and where we've come from is because unless we know that, how do we create fairness with other people, right? How can I be fair to someone else when they have a whole different set of those things if I don't know what my own are? That's true for all of us, 5 or 105. We continue to understand how we can use our power in the world to build beloved community. The Buddha tells a story of a family of acrobats, a grandfather and a granddaughter who made their living traveling and doing these acrobatic acts together. Their tricks were starting to fail, and so they went to the Buddha to figure out how they could best safeguard and care for each other and weren't hurting each other. So the grandfather in the story put forth this idea.
I believe I should pay more attention to her in her moves and the balancing, and she me, watch how she moves and she watches me.
But the granddaughter thought differently than her grandfather because she had a different perspective. She said, wouldn't it be better for each of us to care for ourselves? And in that, it would be safeguarding ourselves and the other person? After listening to the young girl, the Buddha says,
Though you are young, you are wise.
so if you, the grandfather, he said, if you guard yourself with care and deep attention and awareness, and she also guards herself with care and attention and respect and awareness, then you will safeguard each other in that. And so it was that each of them guarded both themselves and the other, and their acrobatics prospered. Now, to explore what this story means for you, I'm going to invite you to do some movement, either by yourself or with someone else. So if you're by yourself, I would invite you to try to find today, right now, some more awareness around what will keep you balanced. And if you're with someone else, you could do a movement or positions or some postures or some sculpture to really explore this idea in the story. What is it like for me to have very deep care and attention and awareness of myself as we interact, and see if that keeps one another safe? And now let's just pause and take a minute to reflect on that. What did doing that teach you? What are you taking with you from that story and that exercise? The story for me is really about being mindful about our own place, right? And just because you're a child doesn't mean that you don't have a place in helping the world to be more fair, right? Especially in terms of racism and inclusion of all different kinds of kids. Did you know that in 1963, Black children and youth marched in the civil rights movement and really caused a change in their community and also for all of us in the United States? We need to be able to each do our part. We'll have different parts based on who we are, but we all have a part in really dismantling or taking apart racism and trying to build that equitable, just, and inclusive community. So for our witness today, Emma, most of you know her. She's on staff here at First Unitarian. She's going to share something she did at her school. So school is a community where she felt she could take responsibility for her place.
A few months ago, myself and 10 other nursing students at Brockport wrote a letter to the college, which went to several departments, talking about the death of Daniel Prude and the action that we would like to see the college take. One of the actions that we hope to take with our letter was to partner with students of color who are already making changes in our Brockport campus and in our wider community, and to support them in those actions. Another thing that we wrote about was making long-term changes in our communities that would support people of color's mental health, such as Daniel's Law, which would protect people in mental health crisis in our communities.
So before we close, we're going to do a responsive affirmation. That means we're going to bring our minds and hearts together and respond, "We are one." These words are from Hope Johnson, who taught us so much about how to go forward together in building beloved community.
One Love by Hope Johnson. We are one, a diverse group of proudly kindred spirits. Here, not by coincidence, but because we choose to journey together. We are active and proactive. We care deeply. We live our love as best we can. We are one. Working, eating, laughing, playing, singing, storytelling, sharing, and rejoicing. Getting to know each other, taking risks, opening up, questioning, seeking, searching, trying to understand, struggling, making mistakes, paying attention, asking questions, listening, living our answers, learning to love our neighbors, learning to love ourselves, apologizing and forgiving with humility, being forgiven through grace, creating the beloved community. Together, we are one. Thank you.
Great big love from church today. So much love and care coming to you, and so much strength for these days ahead. Bye now. Let's go out remembering our place in this long stream of Unitarian Universalists. Here we go.
We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these vibes. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive in this great turning. We shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning, we shall learn to lead in love. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these vibes. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the way.